This is episode 1 of my journey to $1 million net worth. As of the last day of September, I'm currently at $218,266, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you, where I'm at, a breakdown of my net worth, and then how I plan for it to keep growing. And this is going to be a new series that I will do every month. Basically, the beginning of every month, you'll see this video come out. That way we can follow and track my net worth over time to see how I'm making progress on that $1 million goal. And right now, of course, I'm only 21% of the way there, so we got a while before we hit that $1 million mark. Now, before we jump into the video, what is your current net worth? Comment down below. I'd love to hear, and let's jump into it. So starting out with defining net worth. So what net worth is basically if you sold everything you owned, how much money would you have left? It's basically your assets minus your liabilities. Assets can be things like equity in a home or a savings account with cash or an investment account, whereas your liabilities could be things like a car loan or a mortgage that you still owe, or just basically anything that is debt or something that you owe. So it's everything you own minus everything you owe. It's a very simple formula there. And as of today, my net worth is actually at $218,418. So it has been a couple of days since the end of September. This is basically the breakdown of it. It is my investment portfolio, which is basically most of it at $129,418. And right now the equity in my home is $71,000, which basically all that means is if you buy a home for $300,000 and let's say the loan is now at $200,000, then you have $100,000 of equity. It's basically the gap between how much you owe left in your mortgage versus how much the value of the property is actually worth. And I bought this house about 2.5 years ago, February of 2023, and it is now currently a rental property. And so that is now at $71,000 of equity, which is going to feed into my net worth calculation. Now, the next thing here is the high yield savings account. That is $10,000. This is just like an emergency fund account. I don't touch it. It will very rarely go up or go down unless if, of course, I have an emergency. And then after that, this is just like a normal checking / savings account. I normally keep around $3,000 there. And then finally, miscellaneous. This could be things like my car value, or I have a lot of camera equipment. I could sell that for money, but it's really not much. It's about $5,000 there. So basically every single month when we're looking at my net worth, this tracker here, it is mainly from my portfolio going up in value. That is the main thing we're going to be looking at. We'll be looking at how much money I invest, the change in my portfolio from last month to this month, and then from that we'll be able to calculate basically the gain or loss that my portfolio saw, like how much did it naturally go up. So as of the end of September, the very last day, like I said, I was at $218,266. At the end of August, I was at $213,284, which is an increase of just under $5,000 at $4,982. Now, I only deposited $1,468, which means the remaining amount is that $3,514. So you add up the $3,514 plus the $1,468, it gets you that $4,982. So the gain there on my net worth is about 2%. And if we actually zoom in one step further and look at my portfolio change, you can see the gain is actually a little bit bigger, just on a percentage basis at least, because like I said, the portfolio is at $129,000. So at the very end of August, it was at $124,495. Then it finished the end of September at $129,477. And as you can see, all these numbers on the left side are the exact same. So we have had basically 5 months of the market just completely ripping. And I'll even give you guys a quick breakdown of my portfolio right now. But I did want to give a breakdown of that $1,468. All of that went into the S&P 500, whether it was me investing into it in my 401k or me just investing into VU in my brokerage, because I've already maxed out my Roth IRA for the year. And my plan is to honestly just buy VU for the remaining 3 months of the year as well. So that is the plan that we are going to stick to. And if we actually look at a breakdown of my positions between VU, SCHD, as well as VUG, which is just a growth ETF, as you can see, VU makes up about 72% of my portfolio, whereas SCHD is about 19%, and then VUG is about 10%. So right now, VU is clearly my largest position. It is at $92,586. One of my goals is by the end of the year, the very last day of this year, getting to $100,000 in VU. Now, obviously, I'd have to invest like $7-something thousand into it, which I think I might be able to do. We'll have to see. But, you know, also if the market goes up, that would definitely help. So that is a breakdown there of my holdings. It's mainly the S&P 500, but I also have SCHD to give me a little bit of that dividend growth side of things. And then VUG, just 10%, giving me some pretty solid growth, because although SCHD pays pretty solid dividends, the capital appreciation, meaning the actual ETF or stock price going up, is very minimal. So VUG is kind of there to offset it because it's a lot more tech focused. But like I said before, most of the portfolio is just the S&P 500, and we're going to keep it that way. So the main driver that's going to be pushing my net worth up month in, month out is definitely this portfolio. Don't get me wrong, the equity in my home also goes up, but it's mainly going up from the tenants paying down the mortgage. Like I said before, let's pretend your home is worth $300,000. Let's pretend the loan on the house is at $200,000. It's mainly not from the house going up in value, but from that $200,000 going down, because there's kind of two sides of the coin there when it comes to real estate. So that is one thing to be very aware of. But also when it comes to the equity in my house, I'm probably going to update that maybe once every every 4 months or 6 months. It really does not change much, you know, month in and month out. So I try not to pay much attention to it. As of right now, I've just been keeping the value of the home the same, and I'll maybe check that like once a year. But then the loan amount does go down. Like I said, maybe every like 4 months or 5 months, it'll go down like another $1,000, but it's really not much. So the portfolio is the main thing that's going to be driving this. It's not the high yield savings account. It's not the miscellaneous stuff. It is investing into assets that grow very consistently over a long period of time. And one thing I also like to track is how much I'm investing this year. So far I've invested $25,000 this year, as you can see here. My goal is to invest $40,000. I'm probably not going to get to that, but I'm definitely going to at least hit 30K. So I'm pretty happy about that. And unfortunately, September was the lowest month that I've invested so far this year. And that's mainly just because, one, my birthday was at the end of the month. So I wanted to treat myself and spend a little bit more money there, as well as the fact that my car insurance I pay for once every 6 months. So that always hits in September as well as March. So that's another reason why. But at the end of the day, it's no biggie. We're still at $25,000 on the year, which is really solid. And I'm really hoping these next 3 months will get me at least over that 30K mark. That'll be awesome if we can get there. And another thing you can even see here is how consistent investing will grow your portfolio a lot. For example, at the end of April, my portfolio was at $99,000, and just 5 months later, it is $30,000 more at pretty much, you know, that 129 number. And as you can see on the left, I was investing pretty consistently along the way. I mean, that right there is $17,000 if you add up that April 2,500 all the way down. And so that can really help out over a long period of time. And so consistent investing is going to be what's going to grow your portfolio a lot. And once you hit over that 100K mark, it can really start to pick up. As you can see, some of my gains the past few months are quite a bit. We're talking like $2,000, $3,000 pretty casually. And then if I'm investing, you know, $2,000 or $3,000 plus it goes up $2,000 to $3,000, that's like, you know, almost $5K a month that it's going up on average, which is just great to see. You can even see some months here it's going up $7,000, which is just crazy to think about, because if you asked me a year ago, I would have never guessed that this could happen. But it's mainly due to the market doing well. So if the market does have a bad couple of months or a bad year or two, I really do not care, because I'm just going to keep investing consistently. And at the end of the day, this boring investing style of just holding ETFs, it works so well, you guys. It is so simplified. All you have to do is just invest consistently, and whether the market does well or it doesn't do well, you just keep buying and you will be set over a long period of time. It's mainly about living within your means, trying to grow your income, and then just, like I said, investing consistently. That is the main takeaway here if you want to grow your net worth a lot. And also, when we get to the end of the year video at the very beginning of January 2026, we will do a recap of my net worth over the past couple of years so we can see how that's been trending. But for now, I don't really feel the need to look into that because, again, we're not at the end of this year. And obviously, my next milestone here is getting to $250,000. So we're at 218 right now. If we could finish the year at, I don't know, maybe like 230, 235, that would be pretty cool. So we'll just have to see. But again, we're running a marathon here. This is not a sprint, but I am very happy with the progress we've seen the last couple of months. I would not be surprised if the market has a little bit of a sell-off, because we have just had back to back good months. I know we had a little bit of a sell-off in March and April, but really not much at all. And, you know, since then it's recovered very consistently. But like I said before, we do not really care what the market does. So I am very happy with the outcome regardless. So that is episode 1 of my Road to $1 Million Net Worth series. We saw some pretty good gains in the month of September, mainly due to the market going up, as well as me investing just a little bit there. So comment down below, what is your current net worth at right now? I'd love to hear. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.